Hi everybody, hello ladies from the VYG. Look at me looking sharp in this very beautiful, colorful polo of yours. Love it, love it.
I love it!
I'm going to be wearing this throughout our book reading. So yeah, that's right. We are going to embark on a journey together where we will be reading a book, and the goal is not to bore you with reading lots and lots and lots, but to capture the most important of each chapter and help you think about something that maybe you haven't been thinking about. And when we start thinking about what we read, what we learn in the church from the Word of God, our life changes. Okay, so welcome everybody. Remember to share, to invite your friends. This book reading will be available on YouTube, VYG YouTube, so you are free to watch as you are available. But remember, join me every week, okay? Also, very important before we start, leave your comments and your questions. Very, very soon throughout our chat, you will see on the screen the email address where you can send your questions. All right, completely confidential, and I will be able to answer your questions relating to the episode or the chapter that we'll be reading that day. Okay, are you ready? So this is the book we're going to start reading together. 40 Secrets for the Single Woman. Very nice book. I love it. And today we're going to read the first secret. Are you ready? So the first secret says, Skunk Love. Do you remember a cartoon character called Pepe Le Pew?
Ah, une petite femme skunk. Guess who? It is me. Oh, but pardonnez-moi, but permit me to introduce you myself. I am Pepe Le Pew, your lover. So impetuous, but nice. You know, it is not just a case of physical attraction. I admire her mind, too.
He is a skunk that is madly in love with a black cat that has white stripes like his. Whenever he sees her, his eyes become bulging like little hearts. So his eyes become little hearts. He's a bit confused by her because she always flees from him due to his stench, obviously. Nonetheless, he is still madly in love with her. This is an impossible love because she is a cat and he is a skunk. So try and picture that. A cat with a skunk. Anyway, let's move on. It will never work. They are incompatible, and despite the similarities, they are different. There is no way around it. The same thing happens with many girls. One glance and she is suddenly in love. She doesn't even know him well enough, but she says she's in love. That's what you call skunk love. It is a love based on emotions, which will only bring disappointment. There are many incompatibilities, but just like Pepe Le Pew, she just doesn't want to see them. She believes that after marriage, and with enough love, she will overcome everything. Don't fool yourself, dear friend. Marriage will only make things worse. So many young women have written to me regretfully for having experienced skunk love, and now live, excuse me the expression, she says, a stinky life in their marriage. There can be many incompatibilities in a relationship, but I will only mention 3 important ones. So far, what have we read here? And how important is this? We're going to be talking about love life quite a lot. And I think it's really necessary because this secret, number one secret of the book is already one of the main problems we see. And I've been your age and I know, what it feels like. For example, you have the V-Day, you have the night vigils, and then what happens? Oh, let me look sharp, let me look nice, because you never know. You never know. So you spot someone in the church and you start already fantasizing in your head, in your mind. Oh, this may be the one. Oh, and then you allow your heart to get involved. You get involved emotionally too quickly with the idea. It's not yet with the person, but with the idea of maybe being with that person when you don't even know the person. And when you realize you are so involved that you are like actually in love with someone who doesn't even know you exist, who is not compatible with you, who is older than you. And this is where I'm going to mention the 3 examples she wrote on her book. Obviously, you can read the chapter again, which I strongly advise you. Highlight what's most important to you, what speaks to you. But I'll mention some of the 3 ones that she said. First one is, he is much younger than you. So that's one of the main problems with skunk love. So he's much younger, sometimes much older. Then it says, I know that this is a controversial issue and many disagree. I also know that it is not a rule and that there are marriages that work, but they are an exception. So do you want to take that risk and waste years, precious years of your youth with someone who is not compatible with you? Then it says, the majority are problematic. I mean, this kind of relationship where he's too old, much, much older, or much younger. However, the choice is yours. I'm just giving you some advice. Then the second example is, you are more educated than him. Yet another controversial topic. It's true. And I'll tell you, some people have this insecurity. Oh, I don't have a degree. I didn't finish my studies. I didn't finish my studies because of family problems that I had in the past when I was growing up. And, I'm fine with it. I married someone who is at the same level as me. Why is that important? Because a person who, for example, is a lot more educated, their conversation will be different from yours. And you don't want to get married to a man, because I'm talking to girls here, although men are more than welcome to watch as well. You don't want to marry a man who is a lot more educated than you, and then when he comes home to you, you don't follow the conversations. He's too high up there. Or it's not even about being too high up. It's the topic. It's too technical. It's too whatever. You will talk about university and whatever happened there, but you've never even entered a university building. So it's going to make you feel diminished, even though he's not doing it on purpose. So, and then the list goes on. He will feel more comfortable talking about certain things with colleagues, and you will feel jealous. So people often say love overcomes all. It's not true. Not that kind of love. Not those kind of problems. These are very logical things that you have to look out for. And this is why we are here, to help you. Okay? And the third example she gave says, you have different plans for the future. Now, how many times have you heard this at love therapy? Which, by the way, if you don't attend, you are missing out. So one wants children, the other one doesn't want children, but then you say, oh, we'll think about it later. Our love is all that matters. No. For example, I'm married and I am very, very happily married because we are on the same page. We are at the same level, physically, spiritually, intellectually. And this is why our marriage works. We don't have insecurity between us. I don't feel less than my husband because of anything. We are very similar. But if I had waited longer, maybe I would have met other people that were different. And maybe, well, oh, he's handsome. Maybe this could be my future boyfriend or something. But I'm glad that I was able to identify these things. Why? Because I already attended the love therapy.
I am the one, the way your son don't need a gun to get me.
From a young age. I think I was 15. I was a very curious VYG girl. So I used to attend the love therapy from a very young age because my parents, well, the reference wasn't that great of marriage. So I wanted to know what is it about happy marriage? What is it like? So I've learned a lot. And this is why we are here. Today we spoke about love life. And this is something, it's a deal breaker. So it is very important that you, and I can't stress this enough, and you've heard us say this so many times. Be careful. Don't just give your heart to anybody. But then you say, well, I haven't. I'm just thinking about it. But for a woman, you know you are a woman and you know. Maybe men don't know this about women, but women can fall in love even before they met, they started talking to the boy. Because we have this thing that we fantasize in our minds, things. And sometimes the person doesn't even know you exist. So be careful, okay? Be smart, protect your heart, protect your soul. All right? There is a task I want to give you. Are you ready? Task number 1. So there's one task. If you have a boyfriend and are thinking of marriage, pay close attention to the incompatibilities because they can bring you problems in the future. If you are not yet dating, keep this in mind when choosing your partner. Avoid skunk love. Use your intelligent faith. It is better to suffer now over a breakup than to suffer later over a divorce. Listen, I've been serving God for a while, and I have witnessed, thank God, not many, but some relationships breaking down because when they look back, they knew they were not compatible. But the emotion was so strong, and friends around you or around them would say, no, you go, you deserve the happiness, you deserve to give yourself a chance, blah, blah, blah. That the person who was in the situation went by emotion and thought, well, things will change after marriage. But think with me. If when you are dating, you should be at your best behavior, how is it like when you're married? Be honest with yourself. It's, for example, you are an athlete. You train long hours every day. You have that very strict routine, right? For your health, your eating. But once you win the prize, what do? You relax a little bit, isn't it? So in marriage, it's the same. So marriage will only amplify, if I can say so, the problem that a person has. So for example, if she is lazy and you are a go-getter, don't ignore that. Because when the person is dating, she will want to please you, to win you over. It's a natural instinct. You want to impress the person. But after marriage, you're already married and, you are the breadwinner and he's okay with it. He's not bothered that it doesn't work. He's always in and out of work. And what can you do? You can't change who the person is. Okay? So learn this from more experienced people. I have spoken to many couples over the years, and I have heard this before. You cannot change your spouse after marriage. All right? So I hope this has helped you. Join us again next week for another exciting chapter. And if you have any questions, if you are going through a relationship and you say to me, well, I'm deeply, madly in love. If I don't have this person, I'll die. No, you will not die. You will survive. Okay, this is what all of us used to say growing up in our teenage years, that, if I don't have that person as a boyfriend, what is it going to become of me? I will never find happiness. So we are very naturally dramatic as women. So there is a way out. So seek advice. We are here for you. Okay? May God bless you. See you next week. Bye-bye.